Here we are, guys, a couple days later, and check out this new jack I bought. I accidentally bought the more expensive jack. This is about $150 at Harbor Freight. I thought I was buying the $100 one, and I was kind of wondering why it was so expensive, and I don't know, I just wasn't thinking. So by the time I got home, I was like, oh, you know, this is the good one. So anyways, I'm not going to take it back. So anyways, that's my nice addition to the garage. And I'm starting to take out the engine. I went to the car guy, the auto body guy, and he said, well, he's never had to take out an engine before, because I guess he just does kind of like small stuff. But if it's that bad, then he does recommend taking out the engine. So, also, I don't want to forget, I do have to remove the transmission linkage cable, and that should be it. But overall, this is looking like a pretty easy job, guys. I was a little worried about it, but from this point of view, it looks like it's pretty straightforward. Everything is accessible, and it looks like this engine is going to drop out really easy. For the cost, this is probably the best deal out there. I mean, 1,050 foot-pounds, and this was about $100 at Harbor Freight. And I'm not too much of a pneumatic person. You can see my air compressor is pretty small. So most of the time I just use a nail gun on houses. Let's get this drive shaft off. I just need a 14mm wrench. Alright, that loosened up really nice. Alright, I apologize for the bad lighting, but here it is. The drive shaft is hanging down, and I did pry it from the remaining drive shaft just a little bit. Alright, I have my pan, and I have the shaft here, and it's just sliding right out. There we go. Transmission fluid's coming out. Shaft looks good though. The U-joint as well feels very smooth. Here I was driving my Kia Soul through the Toyota dealer, and it was kind of funny because everybody was looking at us strange. But actually the parts guy wanted us to come through so he could easily load the parts in the back. I guess he thought they were a little bit bigger and heavier than what they were. These parts surprisingly weren't that expensive, so I wanted to tell you guys there are some dealerships that have better prices than others. If you shop around, you'll definitely find a difference in prices. What we have here are only the frame parts. Everything else, such as the fender, the bumper cover, and the hood, they were all aftermarket, and we bought those at CertaFit. Okay guys, we came back from Cincinnati. We have the new frame rail and the new parts for the Highlander. And let me turn the camera around, and I want to show you the plan to take out the engine. Okay, as you can see, the drive shaft is out, and also the exhaust is disconnected from under the car, and I still have the car jacked up, and you can see here too, just my jack stand is maxed out, probably beyond its safe limit. So I want to lower the car back to the ground and then lower the frame as much as possible. I'm sorry, the subframe, so that way it's not going to fall back or, you know, fall on the ground. I've seen other people on YouTube, when they take out their engines, they have a piece of wood here, and then they support the engine with the piece of wood so it doesn't fall. I have wood, but I don't really have a good mechanism to support the engine. So I'm just going to get it down, and then I'm going to raise the car up from there, and then I'm going to pull the engine out straight. And that's another thing that I have an advantage with, is that I don't have a front end. So I can just pull the engine out straight, whereas most people, they have to probably come out the side or just lift the entire car up so that they can pull the engine out forward. I don't know if you guys saw that, but as soon as I disconnected that bolt, there's a lot of tension on it, and everything shifted. so I really need to be careful here. Really wish I had an engine hoist. Okay guys, there's no more bolts holding in the engine, so I'm going to slowly lower the subframe, see if anything catches, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm using a furniture dolly just in case I need to move it. And I do want to roll it out this way. It is catching a little bit on the left side here, or on the right side of the car. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the engine mount here as it's located on the engine, and that should clear up the entire left side for the engine to drop down. Pretty easy to take that out. My tires are also going to the side, so we'll see. Right now it looks like the assembly is going to come out in this direction, so we'll see what happens. Alright, everything is going pretty well. And I have to admit, I did forget about the steering column here, but it just slid right out, so that was good. And so then I forgot about the brake lines. Okay, you can definitely see some separation now between the engine and the rest of the truck. I jacked up the side over here. I disconnected the brake line. I put a jack stand under it. Now you can see there's plenty of room now for the strut to come out. And I still have to do that on the other side. I haven't touched the brake lines on this side yet, so let's go ahead and then jack up the truck and get everything disconnected, and then we'll pull out the engine. The engine is out. Now I have all the freedom to work on the frame rail. So that entire section right there has to come out. I didn't get a good video of the hitch I made to transport the Highlander. This was made out of 2x12s and a hitch and just bolted to the frame. And there was a lot of flex, and I was definitely worried. There were also no chains, so I was really trying to go slow. I mean, if you think about it, like $10,000 investment was sitting on this wood, so I was definitely worried about it. But this offered me the flexibility to go to the auto body shop anytime I wanted, without buying a trailer or renting a trailer. And on top of that, I wasn't really sure how to mount the Highlander with the engine out with a trailer that I rented. With all that being said, I think this wood was the best option for me.
Yeah, you got it, honey. Do it.
Well, the wood trailer worked out pretty well. We took it to the auto body place and they gave us an estimate. However, they didn't have much room there to protect it inside. So we took it back home and kept it in our garage until they were definitely ready for it. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. The next video is going to show the final assembly with the engine going back in and the body parts. So stay tuned for that one, and you guys have a great day.